Hey folks, what's up? So here's the thing. There's so much to talk about this week. There's a lot to talk about this week. There's a bunch to talk about. There's a plethora, gaggle of things to talk about. Gaggle, right? Okay, yeah, that's fine. So we're gonna talk about all the events that are going on this weekend and next weekend in New York. There's a slew of them, I promise you. We're gonna talk reviews. We're gonna talk about this award-winning author has a new book coming out and pre-orders are open. We're gonna be talking about a Kickstarter that is phenomenal from a creator that I really enjoy. And we're also going to be talking about fan art. Folks, I can't make this up. This is the Hungry Bleak, and I'll be right back with you because, hey, we're going to have a lot of fun today, I promise. Hello, folks. I am Antonio Pomares, and as always, I'm standing on shaky ground too close to the edge. Let's see if I know the ledge. Look, we've got a lot to talk about, but as always, I want to talk to you. I want to let y'all know that I care. So, how have you been? How was your week? I know. It's starting to get a little warmer, starting to get hot. Look, the summer is summering, and I am simmering. Get what? I enjoyed that joke. I don't care if you didn't. Doesn't matter. It's probably for like two people. How was work? I know it's like that sometimes. How are the loved ones, family? Good. Look, drink your water, sit back, relax, enjoy this time with me that we have, so we can talk about some geek stuff, comic stuff, fun stuff. Let's go. So, in comic book news, as I reported about this before, we have the Brooklyn Comic Con. This is actually going to be going on since the show is live. Live, this show will be going on tomorrow in Brooklyn. Tickets are still available. Go and have some fun. Enjoy yourself out. The weather's supposed to be beautiful. Supposed to be really amazing. And look, I wish I could be there with you. I have other commitments, unfortunately, but hopefully next year I will be able to go to a lot more events, especially in Brooklyn, because I love going to New York. It's so much fun. Have family and friends there, loved ones. Sometimes I'm able to get a wonderful bit of paradise when I'm in Brooklyn or Harlem or wherever in New York, and I truly enjoy that. This is an event that's been going on for a couple years now. Like I told you about a couple weeks ago. So if you're able to go, please enjoy. They've got a amazing group of people are going to be there, and it's going to be going on June 8th and 9th. In Brooklyn, it's the Major R. Owens Wellness Center, 1561 Bedford Ave in Brooklyn. Brooklyn. On Saturday, it will be open from 12 to 8. On Sunday, it will be open from 12 to 7. They've got incredible list of guests. And I mean, first off, I got to say, look, Black Ranger, Walter E. Jones are going to be there, setting it off. You got Rikishi. You've got Allison Court, who is the voice of Jubilee. Absolutely love that. You also have the voice of Storm, Allison Seeley Smith. Wait, two Allisons? That's what's up. You get that double A treatment. You're also going to be getting Carla Perez, who is Rita Repulsa on Power Rangers. You're going to be getting George Buza, who is on, who is the voice of Beast. Absolutely love. And then there's going to be a Sexy Nerd Presents After Dark show on Saturday. Doors are going to be opening at 8:30 p.m. Get your tickets sold separately. They're going to be on the website. Go check it out. As always, folks, I will have the links for everything I'm talking about in the episode description, so you can check things out. Go get your tickets and enjoy this time that you have, the summer, the beautiful weather, getting out, getting geeky with yourselves, getting jiggy with it. No, did I not do that right? Probably didn't. That's fine. Don't worry about it. It's okay. So next thing we've got up is, first off, it's June, so you know what that means. Happy Pride Month, everyone, regardless of who you love, whether it's one person, multiple people, regardless of your identity and how you identify with pride. Started with a brick, and it's about love and being able to love who you want, and with no discrimination, with no hate. I love all y'all. I truly, except for you in the corner. You're a problem. I've always got my eye on you, but I love all of y'all. And look, I have people from across the spectrums, um, from one side to the other. Some folks in between, and sometimes they slide back and forth between in the spectrum, what have you. But as long as the love is there and it's real, and y'all consenting adults and everybody's cool and great, you're doing your thing, I got your back. So, Anyone Comics, you've heard me talk about this store a couple of times, maybe. I might have a couple of t-shirts, I don't know. They're going to have their, excuse me, their Brooklyn Pride comic book fair. It's going to be Saturday. It's going to be from 12 to 7. It's going to be at 1561 Bedford Ave, Brooklyn. This is a beautiful thing. I've gotten to go to this for a couple years, and I love it. Seeing the community come out and just support, and all these indie artists, from people who have stuff in maybe Marvel and DC to people who are just starting out to people who are self-publishing. It's a great thing, and I love it. And anyone and everyone comics is always such a huge supporter of everyone, and not just about representation, but inclusion in all of these geek spaces. And I think that's beautiful, and I love it. So yes, please go and check it out. I love it. Now afterwards, they're going to be having the Unmasked Ball. This is going to be from 8 to 10. This is going to have a bit of everything, apparently. There's going to be a cosplay contest. There's going to be a drag performances. There's going to be some comic book themed beverages. I have to be able to go to this one year. I really do. Now, tickets are limited, and they'll be at the door. If you can beforehand, go to Eventbrite. You can hit them up. They're really quick. The link is right here in the episode, in the description of the event. As always, I'll have the episode descriptions in here. But this is going to be, excuse me, like I said, this is going to be next Saturday. So Saturday, June 15th. That's when this is going to be. So you'll be able to go out. Now for this show, the Unmasked, it is 21 and older to enter, because there are going to be those beverages. This is going to be a huge fun time. They've been doing this, I believe, every year since they've had the Pride comic book fair, which I think is awesome. It's a great event. You'll be able to go out, have some fun, just enjoy the world and life, and you might be able to talk some geeky stuff along with that, and seeing great performances. You get to see it. I mean, there's comic book themed beverages, drag performances. I think there's even going to be possibly a burlesque. Why wouldn't you want to go to that? That sounds awesome. So please go and check them out. Anyone Comics and Everyone Comics are just two of the greatest shops, and I truly enjoy them, and they're awesome. Great. Now, another thing that's happening next Saturday. I don't know why I'm so focused on Friday, probably because Fridays are payday. Another thing that's happening on next Saturday, June 15th, is the Schomburg Center Literary Festival. This is a really cool event where you're able to go, and they actually cut the street off, and they'll have like tents, booths, where they will have all these incredible writers, artists. They'll have all these events going on, and it's for the novelists. It's similar to the Schomburg Comic Book Festival, except it's more literature, more novels, and anthologies and such like that. I believe they might still have like some comic book people there, but this is going to be more literature, and they're going to have just an astonishing array of people there. Look, it's a beautiful event, and that street, when it's lit up with our people. It's lovely. Black folks know how to just show out and go and do their thing, and it's incredible. You can see some of the past guests they've had here, some of the video that they're taking. Is beautiful. They'll have panels as well, which are open to you to go check out. This is wonderful. So if you're able to, please go. It opens up at 11 a.m. and it's from 11 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Saturday, June 15th. Next Saturday, like I said, and this is at the Schomburg Center. This is on Malcolm X Boulevard. If you're not sure where you're going, when you see the street closed off, you'll know exactly what's going on, and you'll know that you have reached the destination. Give me 1 second here, folks. Sorry about that. So yeah, another amazing event that will be had there. So the next one coming up is for this is always amazing to me, and how, just first off, Regina Sawyer is probably all I really need to say. So this is for the Wink Creative Conference. This is going to be the Pride Fest. This is another amazing event. Excuse me. Now this one is going to be on Saturday, June 29th in Queens. Um, this is going to be a really great event. You're able to RSVP on the Wink website. And this is for the Women in Comics. Well, no, it's women's. I always butcher the name because I keep thinking of Women in Comics. But this is Wink International. This is a really great organization where they have a magazine. They have obviously a website where they're giving you all the information on everything that's women in comics and internationally, from coast to coast and all over. They have all manners of events that are just beautiful and incredible to have. And this is one of those really events. So the Women in Creative Conference, like I said, they have table for exhibitors. You can still they might still be taking that as a member offer, but Women in Comics is incredible because it gives so many people a chance to be seen, to be heard. People who are, like I like to say, others. If you know what that means, it's not saying, oh, the others over there. It's not saying it in a derogatory way. It's others, meaning, remember when they used to have those checklists and you had to check what you were, if you were in school or if you were applying for a job. There were a lot of people who were others, who weren't part of those lists. Um, and this gives them a chance, whether you're black, you're brown, um, uh, and which especially were not seen on those lists, and the women, um, and how beautiful it is to be able to showcase and see and have a place where you are being spotlighted. Awesome. As you can see, one of my favorite artists and one of my dream interviews, obviously, is Aletha E. Martinez. Just diabolical. Yes, I'm just a huge fan of her art and her work, and I really just enjoy it. But yes, this will be Saturday, June 29th in Queens. Please, as always, again, I'll have the list here of all the links in the episode description. And this is going to be in Queens. This is going to be 13735 Northern Boulevard in Flushing. Okay. Yes, go check it out. They have such amazing things. You'll have VIP administration, general administration. You can even support Wink because it's a great organization and it does so much. And I mean, the focus that it puts on women of different colors, and to be able to have their work seen and to have their names put out there where we may not be hearing it is always important and is paramount. And I mean, Regine Sawyer. Regine doesn't get enough credit for the things that she does, and she's one of the hardest working people and one of the people who's out there constantly doing it, grinding. And Regine, you are amazing. We appreciate you. We truly love you, and thank you for all the work that you do because you're awesome. You're phenomenal, and you should know that. You just should, and that's my 2 cents. Okay, cool. So after that, we have Subsume is going to be doing their annual excuse me Creative Juneteenth. This is a really cool event as well. It's a virtual event, so you don't have to worry about having to go out or anything. This is awesome. This is going to be June 20th through June 24th. This is an event where you get to see different panels and of everything, of different topics that are focusing on obviously Black folks, Black culture, and our creatives and what we're doing, from tech to comics to gaming. You'll see all manners of panels there, with an array of guests. I was a part of it a couple weeks ago. Excuse me, a couple weeks ago. Geez, a couple years ago, which was awesome. I myself, Jabba Chan, and Joy Infinity, we got to open up the show that Friday evening, which was awesome. So again, thank you very much for that. I think I hosted a panel for them as well. Yes, I believe I did. So yes, and this is going to be, and they have a partnership going on with Lagos. Awesome. Dedrin, being the Time Lord that he is, has been getting in his TARDIS, putting on his best chepo, and going and doing all the things all over the place. Whether it's New York, whether it's Africa, whether it's at home in Atlanta, he's been doing it and being just the creative person in mind that he is, trying to encompass everything. And it's incredible. So he's got a lot going on, and this is one of the big events for Subsume, if not for like Black geek culture, Black nerd culture in general. Awesome. Keep it going, Dedrin. It is appreciated. So the next thing that we've got up is this is from an award-winning author, critically acclaimed, obviously a fan favorite, Cerise Rennie Murphy. She has a new book coming out called "In the Garden of Light and Shadow: The Chronicles of Ada St. James." First off, when I saw the cover for this, I was like, "Oh my god, this is incredible! The cover looks amazing." This is a pre-order. Oh, excuse me, folks. Oh, now, this is a pre-order for a hardcover book. It's awesome. Special edition. Look at the cover is incredible. It's actually diabolical. It's gorgeous. So let me read the synopsis of this. 4,000 years ago, a rebellion in Ever brought angels to live among us. At first, they were worshipped as gods, but that was not enough. But in their hunger for power, evil claimed their hearts and made them demons. Lila, my eyes, unfortunately, sir, I apologize. Lila St. James rose to fight them. As a member of the Sisters of Light, she swore an oath to use the magic of the moon to battle the demons and defend humankind. Until one day she met a demon and fell in love. And I was born. My name is Ada St. James, and these are the chronicles of how I came to be and the destiny that awaits me. Okay, straight up chills. Chills. Cerise Rennie Murphy has an incredible way of writing fantasy and imbuing her own passion into the books with her creative way of storytelling. Seeing the way that she does her books and writes them, and the passion, the effort, and the amount of detail and love that she puts into them, top shelf love, I might want to say, folks, is incredible, and I love it. She painstakingly goes through the art and the proofing and everything. She wants to make sure that what you're getting is the best of what she's got, and she has not failed us at all. I can guarantee you. This book looks amazing, and I love the idea um, of an angel and a demon having a child. I believe they're called Nephilim. I want to say, think they're called Nephilim. I think that's the term. Um, so yes, look from the description of that, from Ada St. James' own words, and the cover, and knowing how Cerise Rennie Murphy is with her books, this is about to be another incredible book. So yes, the link, pre-orders are available. The link is in the episode description, so you can go check it out. And while you're there, go check out her other books. She has an incredible library of work. She's also, if you did not know this, she's also the founder of Virtuous Con, the virtual Geek Culture Con, which is incredible. Happens every year. And it's been just another hit for her as well. So, yes, I'm definitely excited to see what you got going on with this book. Congratulations to you, Cerise. Seeing your excitement about this just makes us all more excited to read what you got going on. So, thank you. And that is the news that was fit to print. That was a lot, right? That was. Was it too much? Did I give you a bit of too much there? But there's a lot going on, folks. We have a lot going on. We have some incredible people doing things also. But let me tell you something else that we got going on here, folks. Let me tell you something. That was kind of a segue, kind of, sort of, maybe. I'm not really sure. It doesn't really matter. So Kickstarters. What we've got for Kickstarter this week is we've got Icarus Metro 1 through 3, Spirit of a Mystic. I believe, I'm trying to remember how long ago it was. It was a bit of a time ago, where I had the creator of the Icarus Metro books on. We had a phenomenal time, Calvin Chambers, and it's awesome. So this is the third in the story. It's about paranormal beings being called paladins, who are pursuing activities of normal life, and they get called into hunting down criminal overlords. It's a great kind of sci-fi adventure, and I absolutely love the art. The art in this one feels very, I'm not sure how to describe it, but Daniel Kaval and the colors from Maria Capana are phenomenal in this. I love this. Could be a T-shirt. or like a cover alone or like a screensaver, truthfully. I absolutely love it. Calvin has got an incredible universe that he's building with the Icarus Metro books. Look, if you need to catch up, this is a perfect time to do it because you're going to be getting 1, 2, and 3. That's what 1 through 3 means. You didn't need to be told that. And I'm excited to see what he's got going on with this. I'll have to reread 1 and 2, but I'm definitely a fan of Calvin, what he's got going on. And this is one of those books that really needs to be shown, talked about, read, and enjoyed. Look, we got a lot of creatives out there doing amazing things. Let's jump on this. We have 20 days for this one. Jump in there and get it. When I found out about it, I went and did my due diligence and also my geek pleasure of going in there and putting in for this Kickstarter. So please go and do it. Link in the episode description. Please go check it out. It would be awesome. And you're awesome. I just want to let you know that you are. Okay. I don't know what that means, but yes, you are. All right. So that was a lot, right? There's a lot of comic books out there. There are a lot of there's a lot of everything, right? I mean, is it too much? Is it too much for y'all? All I can say is we're in kind of we keep saying golden age. I want to say more of a vibranium age. That's just because I want to be geeky and actually say vibranium. I'll be honest with you. That's all that really is. But comics will keep coming out. Comics will keep rolling through. And that's what I'm here to do, to give you some of that news and also some reviews. So we're going to do reviews. If I'm talking about it, I like it. If I don't talk about a book, I don't like it. I'm going to take a quick drink real quick. Yes. And yes, I did say it is hot. It is hot. And yes, I am using a mug. But what I have in here is tea. Not hot tea. I have hot chai. Excuse me, I don't have hot chai. I have iced chai. I make the chai, then I steep it, then I put it in my refrigerator, get it ice cold, and then it is beautiful to taste and drink. There you go. Just because it's going to be hot in summer doesn't mean I can't use my mugs. Got a lot of them and I dig them. You know what else I dig? Doing comic book reviews. Segues are banging here today, folks. So this week I have an incredible list of comics that are awesome. So let's start with one of the newest ones that come out. This is out of Skybound. This is Scarlet. We all know Scarlet. Well, if you don't, not she's one of the main characters in G.I. Joe. And we have the whole Energon universe through Skybound. Now, the writer is Kelly Thompson. Artist is Michael Faraz, I want to say. The colorist is Lee Lowridge, excuse me. This book it's basically described as, I believe it's going to be 5 or 6 issues. It's basically described as a suicide mission. And I love that. When we open up, Scarlet is coming out of the water. She's doing her thing. She's getting all dolled up to go undercover at this party, but she's ready. She's got her sidearm silenced, and she has to look for a particular person. She's looking for Jinx. We see Jinx here looking resplendent in that red dress with the tattoo. Awesome. The shoes are killer. Yeah, I'm definitely digging the shoes. The whole outfit is just incredible. Less is always more. Always more. And the outfit's understated, but it gives so much. Don't need a lot when you got that incredibly half sleeve tattoo. And the bracelet, it's working. I pay attention to the fashion and what a character wears in comics. I really do, because I love to see the characters in their regular clothes. The superhero or their uniforms is cool, what have you, but I love seeing what they wear in regular clothes. It's amazing to me. And I love the outfit. This whole image of Jinx is giving everything. And I love it. Thank you. Superb. Yeah, so they're going to this party, and she's being told to just go undercover, be chill, just get the information and get out. Scarlet doesn't do that. When she sees that there could be a commotion and there's trafficking, she starts just whooping the hell out of people. As she gets home, she realizes there's somebody in her house, and it is one of the widely known G.I. Joes out there, Stalker. Now, this is a bit weird if you don't know who the character is and then is in the house or whatever. Anyway, And then it goes from there where she has to infiltrate an island of ninjas. We all know the name. I'm not going to say it because I want you to read the comic. And at the end, we get a nice image of one of our favorite ninjas in the GI Joe universe, the Energon universe, I guess you could say. Kelly Thompson does an amazing job of writing action and these characters. She did a phenomenal job with Black Widow. Thank you to Kia Marie for suggesting that one to me. It's one of my favorites now. Also, the way that um, she writes the action sequences and then the artist portrays them are so beautiful. I apologize, folks. I'm having a lot of issues with this here. Hopefully it's just me hearing it and not you. Thank you. But yeah, she does a phenomenal job with this. This was so much fun, and I love these kind of limited series, mini series, event series, whatever uh, the way you want to talk about it. I love the fact that we're getting them for these Joe characters. We got Duke, we got Cobra Commander, we got Scarlet now. Next one up is going to be Destro. You know who I would love to see one of? Spirit Iron Knife. Yes, I said it. Spirit Iron Knife. So go check this out. I had a lot of fun with this. If you enjoy Kelly Thompson's work and some kick-ass action in there and just going all out, this is the one to see. I would say that straight up. Yeah, Scarlet out of Skybound is diabolical. It's fun. Go and check it out. Well worth it, truthfully. The next one up is going to be a lullaby, excuse me, Napalm Lullaby. The name alone is diabolical. This is out of, Image. Obviously, you know, I'm a big Image person. This is writer is Rick Remender, artist is Bengal, and letterer is Russ Wooten. This tells a story of these two young kids. I want to say they're teenagers or maybe in their older teenagers, and they're basically trying to stop this Messiah-like figure. The story kind of just goes from there. Who has the Messiah figure has like a cult, but these two kids have powers, and they wear these masks to kind of help them control or block the powers because they can be so strong that they can't um, uh, get a reign on them. First off, I'm a fan of Bengal's art. I was always loved Bengal's art, and Rick Remender always has a story to tell, and it's always a crazy, out there, wild story. It's just a lot of fun to read. It's just all over. See the choking one of the clerics because you know sometimes you got to choke a cleric, I guess. Rick Remender always. The last thing I read from Rick Remender that was with Bengal. I'm trying to remember the name of the story, but it was really great. It was about a woman who was trying to fund a transplant for her father figure and ends up being chased by an assassin that uses a freeze that uses liquid nitrogen to kill. It was a wild story and I absolutely loved it. It's diabolical. So this is a very fun one. I love it. Like I said, Rick Remender always has a wild story to tell, and this one is no better. You're getting sci-fi elements. You're getting dystopian kind of maybe vibes. You're getting wacky, fun, ridiculous dialogue, which I love his dialogue between characters because there's banter there, and it's also kind of just wild and out of nowhere. So this is another one, Napalm Lullaby out of Image. Go and check it out. You're gonna love it. Now the next one is Under York. Guess what company it's from? Go ahead, guess. Image, right? So this is Under York. This story is Sylvain Runeberg. Art is Mirka Andaloff. Inks from Carmelo Zangaria, excuse me. Colors are Pinky Hamilton, which I love absolutely. So I'm a fan of Mirka Andaloff's work. I've talked about it before. Talked about the book Mercy, which was this kind of body horror, Western frontier comic about this organism taking over a body and kind of being like a zombie. Have you? This one delves more into magic and this young girl um, who ends up trying to not use her magic, but is called back to her family to use magic to try and stop these monsters. Mirka does an incredible job of something about the way Mirka draws body functions, which sounds weird, but just has a very authentic way to. and you can feel either the heat or the cold in the way that she draws the characters and when she does the art, which definitely just makes you feel it a bit more, which I enjoy. Also, she does horror very well, whereas even when it's not body horror, she still does a bit of she still sneaks a little bit of body horror in, so you can still kind of feel that flow in it, which I enjoy. Um, just awesome work, and I love the story of the magic and sorcery and all that, and being able to put it all together. I find that very enjoyable, and it makes it more worthwhile. So this is another one. Like I said, this is out of Image. Uh, one issue is only out. Same for Scarlet. For Napalm Lullaby, excuse me, there are 3 issues out so far for that one. So this is another one to go check out. Please, excuse me very much. Excuse me very much. That didn't even make any sense. So this is another one, yes, to go and check out is this. Now, I have been talking about this for a minute, and Blood Hunt is here. We are steeped in it. We are ingratiated in it. We are diving in it. We are swimming in it. I don't know what else to tell you about. And I have been reading. I haven't read all of them. I haven't read the tie-in issues, but I've read some of the limited series that they're going to have. But the main story is the Blood Hunt series, which is great. I think it's going to be 5 or 6 issues. I didn't even pay attention to it, but they had one for Dracula. And I was pleasantly surprised when I saw that Bloodline was a part of this issue, but also that it was being written by one Danny Lore. And I love Danny Lore writing Bloodline. Phenomenal. So this is written by Danny Lore. The artist is Vincenzo Carato. We've got a color artist is David Curiel. Apologies. A letterer is VC Joe Sabino. So last time we really saw Dracula that I can think of, last time I saw Dracula was with Blade, and Blade was learning how to use more of the vampiric side of his nature and his powers from Dracula, and even drank some of Dracula's blood. But I believe that Blade, before all of this, was training Miles Morales and Bloodline in the art of fighting vampires. Now, Dracula takes place before Blood Hunt 2. So read Blood Hunt 1, then read Blood Hunt 2. And it's Dracula armoring up and getting ready to go into the fight against these vampires because he doesn't approve of what they've done with the sun death. Doesn't approve of it. Meanwhile, we also see Brielle, aka Bloodline, in the midst of it, and her powers are being activated because of the sun death. Her powers are ramped up and they're going wild, and she doesn't know what's happening with it, but she needs to find answers. Then it's her and Dracula, and they're both going at it with the vampires, slaying them, killing them. Brielle is still learning. She still needs more practice, but she's still in the fight and going after it. But seeing her and Dracula together, the most famous Dracula, the most famous vampire, and then Brielle, Bloodline, who is still still young and trying to figure out her powers, but still willing to fight. She's very scrappy and she's a brawler, which is great. And she's learning so well with her sword. Seeing the two of them together is great. And then seeing them talk about what needs to be done and how they have to stop Blade. I'm really enjoying this. I love Danny Lore writing Bloodline, and I love seeing Bloodline get more of this spotlight on her, as well as Danny Lore getting more of a spotlight. Absolutely wonderful. I got to meet Danny Lore last year. Yes, last year at the Brooklyn comic book fair, the Pride comic book fair, and it had such a great time. Awesome. It has such a great time talking to them and saying, "Look, I love this book," because I think Danny had like 3 or 4 people there too. And I just had a great time talking. And the way Danny was like, "Oh, well, this part." And I was like, I didn't even think about that. Giving me insights to what was happening with the book. I loved it. It was awesome. And I love this. So Bloodline, written by Danny Lore, is top shelf to me. I will always be for that. And that's awesome. So yes, go and check out Bloodline. It is it was 5 issues. It's in trade now if you want to check it out, which you should, but definitely check out this Dracula series with Bloodline in it. I love to see where Bloodline is going. There's a plethora of different books out there. There's Bloodline. It's one. You have tie-in ones that are Spider-Man, X-Men, Doom. I think has one as well. Then you have the series. There's Blood Hunters, which is like an anthology series almost, but it's going to tie into a 5-issue limited series written by Erica Schultz, which is going to be a team led by Dagger. I think Elsa Bloodstone is going to be a part of it. Miles Morales is going to be a part of it. There's going to be a couple of other people I think are going to be part of it also. Looks phenomenal and it's amazing. But I definitely recommend that. There's Union Jack, which I have not read yet. I just haven't gotten to it. There's so many comics out, and I've always wanted to read Union Jack, but I have not read Union Jack ever. Don't know what to tell you. And those are the comic book reviews for the week. A lot going on in comics, but there's more. Like I said, I've always got something for you folks. So going into, I haven't done a Flashback Friday in quite a while, and I've wanted to, and I've got two that are definitely ones that I want to really put out there. So this one is one that was a favorite of mine. I absolutely loved it. This was East of West. I think this was my first book that I really got into from reading digital comics and really got into from Jonathan Hickman. Jonathan Hickman is the writer. Nick Dragotti is the artist. Colors from Frank Martin, and Russ Wooten is the letterer. Love that. This is basically the story of the four horsemen coming together in this different world and doing what they're going to do, which is totally obliterate everything. But you get three of the horsemen, but not Death. And they're wondering, where's Death? And Death is on his own journey, his own path of looking for something, to avenge something. But in this world, it's really incredible because the Confederacy has its own place. There's a place where it's almost like an African nation in America. There's a place where Indigenous First Nations are actually at, and they've made this truce, this deal to kind of divvy up America. And I absolutely love that story. It's one of the like I said, it's one of the first comics I got to when I started reading digitally, so I could be more current on what's out there, since there's so much out there. And I really got into this series. I didn't finish it. I think I have like 10 issues left that I have to buy, but I read it. It was one of those comics I was like, damn, this is ridiculous. It's crazy. And it was such a different story too that I wasn't ready for. I think I just saw, oh, Jonathan Hickman's in there. The art looks great, and it's about the four horsemen in this kind of different America. Sign me up. And it became something so much different, where there's action, there's political intrigue, there's dark humor, there's topics of belief and religion, and what would you do if you met one of the four horsemen, which I absolutely love. So East of West is out there. It's in omnibus now. Omnibusy. I'm going to pay for that last one. So yes, this is one of my favorites. Go check it out. Now, another one that I absolutely loved, and I think a lot of people don't really remember this comic, or they never bring it up, is a comic called Virgil. Now, this is a comic that I constantly lives in my brain, in my head. I remember reading it one weekend on a lark. Did I really just say a lark? Who wrote that line? Worst team of writers ever. I wrote it. And it was a comic that I had been told was good, but I really want to check it out. And the whole synopsis kind of drew me in. Basically, it's 1980s Jamaica, and you have a police officer by the name of Virgil, who's out there. Oh, let me see. Story by Steve Orlando. Art is by J.D. Faith. Colors by Chris Beckett. Letters and design by Thomas Maurer. And I didn't even realize at the time, because I was just really getting into comics and stuff like that. But this has a foreword by David F. Walker. Shaft, Cyborg, just one of my favorite writers in general, and just one of my favorite people online. Just one of those people that I go, this is how you should be as a person in general. Just such an amazing person, and just great. So this is a revenge comic about Virgil going um, to avenge and find Virgil's lover, partner. And I love a revenge story, as you know. Most comics really are revenge stories, even if they're just very long. They're mostly are revenge stories, and I love that. But the thing that got me about this comic is that it's based in 1980s Jamaica. Okay, the character is a police officer who is beaten and assaulted by other cops. But the twist on it is, I shouldn't say twist, but the thing about it is that Virgil is gay and Virgil is closeted, and it's Virgil. The cops bust into a party, and it turns out that they find out that Virgil is there and that he's gay and he's with his partner, and they beat them both. And they beat their friends that are there as well. And it's Virgil's quest to get revenge and to get himself better, to heal it from the beating, and to go all out. I absolutely love that. Something else that was mentioned to me that I hadn't really thought about, because I was just so ingrained in the story and what it meant and how it was a different type of revenge story, which I loved, and how it put a spotlight um, on uh, queer relationships, um, is the fact that, and this was a really interesting part, and thank you very much to Greg for pointing this out to me when I was speaking to him about it one day, like offhanded, was the fact that um, Virgil is a bottom, and if you don't know, Google it. And when you're seeing stories like this, the bottom is only the one that's thought of as being um, the more effeminate of the two members of the relationship. So to see that switch up of a Virgil's a cop, an authority figure, and everything, but is a bottom and enjoys that pleasure from their partner, but then goes on this revenge tour. Thank you, Liv Morgan. I thought was incredible. Once he gave me that little insight, it made this story even more top shelf for me, and I loved it. So if you're able to get this, came out a few years ago. Yes, but definitely this is Virgil. This is out of. I would show you a little bit more of the art, but it does have some risque scenes of a sexual nature. There is some violence. There is some blood involved as well. But the art is incredible. I absolutely love it. And as you can see, this is Virgil meeting up with the lover, and how they have to be closeted and hide, and he can't spend the night, and they have to keep finding out excuses or lies of saying why he was over there. I just thought this was incredible. It's one of those, I'm actually in the middle of rereading it now, just because it hit me so hard when it did come out. So yes, please go check this out. Virgil, if you love a revenge story and something a little different in the revenge story that you don't really get, Virgil is that story. I can guarantee you it hits on the levels. um it's 100 pages, so it's not like you're reading, like, mine. Yeah, the hell am I talking about? um like some really long tome. It's enough of a story where it gets you, it hits you, it makes its impact, makes you think, hopefully, and it entertains the absolute hell out of you, and you're rooting for Virgil to go in on these folks. All right. And those are the reviews that I have, folks. Awesome. So, look, I'm going to be honest with you. It's that time of year. It's June. It's mental health. It's very important, especially. I'm going to speak more to the men right now. Fellas, please get yourselves right. Did you eat? Did you drink water? Did you take your meds? I'm not trying to police you. I'm just trying to make sure that you're the best that you can be, and that you're taking the precautions for whatever the ailment is for, whether it's a physical, mental, or emotional ailment, because I want you to be the best that you can be. One of the things I do as a self-care tip, I'll be honest with you, singing. I ain't the best at it. Simmer down now. You got to simmer down now, but I enjoy it. I'm in the shower, walking through New York. If I'm sitting on a patio, if I'm cooking, if I'm out for a walk in the park, just minding my business and just enjoying all the air, the cool air, just blowing through my hair. Shut your mouth. or as Job would say, you shut your face. Singing helps me, just gives me that feeling that I need, and it's awesome, and I love it. So singing, that's my thing to do, and I like that. So okay, this is what I'm gonna say. Going to the Bleek Perspective. I know I'm rushing a bit, folks, but there was a lot to talk about, and I wanted to really get to this one. So I had the Bleek Perspective all set and ready, and I was going to talk about negativity. I was going to talk about how people focus and what they do and what they do. And I think it was going to actually be me just getting up on a soapbox for no reason that wasn't necessary. And then I got this email. Well, not an email, but a DM, and it was a picture that was sent from a young artist by the name of Nikki, and it was of this. And I said, okay, that's cool. I love it because if you know, I've been making a joke lately of give me pictures of Spider-Man. Where are my pictures of Spider-Man? I've been making that joke. Like I said, most of my jokes are for me and maybe one or two other people. This was for like two other people. The person saw the joke, understood it, got it, sent me the picture, said, here are your pictures of Spider-Man. I said, okay. And it was Nikki drew these incredible pictures of Spider-Man. Now, just know Nikki is a young, budding artist, starting out phenomenally, I must say. And Nikki's mother sent me the picture. So thank you very much, Danny, for sending me this. And I'm like, okay, cool, great. And then someone says, hey, did you zoom in? I said, no, I didn't zoom in. They said, zoom in. So I said, okay. So I'm looking and I'm like, yeah, I zoomed in. Then I put my reading glasses on. Shut your face. It happens to us all. And then they said, okay, well, zoom in. And I was like, all right. So I zoomed in. And I noticed this. So Miles Morales Spider-Man is sitting up there. And if you look at the book, it says, The Amazing Hungry Bleek, reward for pics of Spider-Man. Look, I'm going to be drop dead honest with you on this one. It put a huge smile on my face. I was having kind of a time that week, and sometimes I think, damn, man, is it even worth it? Do people care about this? Do people care about what I'm saying? And then I got something like this. And I was like, wow, it literally put, you can see actually a smile on my face right now. It put a big smile on my face, and it made me just think, somebody's hearing you, somebody's listening to you, somebody's taking what you're saying. And this was such a phenomenal picture. I absolutely love it. That little detail was awesome. Something I love in comics with artists and letters, stuff like that, is when they put things in the background. Any comic you look at, you'll see probably hundreds of little details in the back that can be an Easter egg or a nod to anything. And you know I love Easter eggs and nods. I always have an Easter egg or a nod on this show, whether you know it or not. Whether it's the t-shirt I wear, whether it's a word I'm using, whether it's a mug I'm drinking out of, whether it's a book I have in the background, there's always something. This one really made me just go, that's an awesome thing to do. Great. And like I said, I love little nods and Easter eggs in comics. So, Nikki, I want to say thank you very much. This is phenomenal. You have such a path in art. I really think so. I'll tell you what, if you decide to stay in the comics and go that route, I want to tell you, I will be your first interview. I need to be your first interview. And I'm going to put this up on the interview and ask you, do you remember doing this? Because this was some great art and such a great nod. And it felt like fan art to me. And I truly appreciate that. Thank you so very much. And it was awesome. So that's my hungry Bleek. That's my Bleek perspective. I'm still kind of flabbergasted at it. I have no angry words to say. Except, Danny, you're fired. And Nikki, you're hired. Because you're supposed to give me these pictures of Spider-Man. Horrible. You did a great job sending them to me, but you did a horrible job of getting them to me, Danny. Diabolical. So yes, I'm still in awe of this. It's just really awesome. It just is, truthfully. So thank you. How many of you are getting fan art like this? How many? Exactly. So folks, that is the show. Thank you so very much for joining me live. I apologize for last week not being on. I just wasn't feeling well, and it just wasn't there for me. I did actually forget a story about Comixology. They have, I believe, they have a comic that's going to be coming out. It's going to be printed on Ablaze, which is also, I'm going to talk about that next week. Next week, I'll have more reviews for you. I'll have some more comic books news for you. Maybe I'll have another piece of fan art from somebody else. Who knows? I'm open to it. And I just really appreciate it. But in the meantime, if you notice, this whole week, I'm doing something like channels on here on YouTube, where obviously Monday I have Subsume presents TBA News with myself and Jabba Chan, which is awesome. But as far as the Hungry Bleak uh, umbrella goes, I have on last Tuesday I had anime and gaming news with Jabba Chan, where the whole show was about Destiny 2 and the newest expansion of Final Shape this season, which is awesome. Then Wednesday I had an incredible writer, Robert Jeffrey, talking about comic book news and comic books that we enjoy. And then Thursday I have my brother in geek, Michael Williams, the Cinema CEO. God. And we are talking about what's going on in movies and TV. And it was so much fun. So please go and check those out. They're always fun. I do those every other week with them. If you dig them, if you like them, please go like, subscribe, share, let me know, because I'd love to do more with them and to make more of these things. There's more to come, hopefully. So please stay tuned. All right. So you all have a great day. Enjoy the rest of it. I am Antonio Pomares. And as always, I'll be your contradiction. That's the best. That was the anime reference that I had. Jabba's not here to get mad at that. I usually would do that with Jabba. But thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day. I hope it's great. I hope you have a great time and yet you're feeling well. All right. I will see you later. Drink plenty of water. Have a good one. Thank you all. And as always, I love my pancake heads. I love each and every one of you. Thank you. Peace.